guys, welcome back to Cooking with Loki. First things first, before you fire up your keyboards, if you cook rice properly, it should glisten. So I know on every box of rice ever, especially here in the US, rice is a dull matte when it comes out, and it never shines and glistens, especially if you're cooking more towards Japanese style rice. It should glisten. It should look beautiful. It should look, beautiful. And they have a term about the rice is standing up. It should look beautiful and yummy. What this is actually is green tea rice, and that's going to finish your texture. Change your little texture of your rice a little too with the ingredients we're going to put in. This recipe is lacto vegetarian. We honestly didn't go out for that. What this came up from is when Inari joined the family years ago, we were watching a lot of Japanese culture, as we are now, cooking videos and history of Japan and things like that. And, they have a lot of things like little cakes with sweet bean paste, and you make a lot of this stuff out of rice flour. And we have the rice flour, and I have as of yet to use it, but I am more than happy to make rice and kind of go for that same kind of flavor. So if you've ever had like a little sweet cake made out of rice flour, this is kind of going to give you the same flavor profile. So it's going to be more kind of, it's not quite a dessert, but it's definitely going to be sweet. So it's more one of those sweet dishes as opposed to savory. What you're going to need to do is take a measure of rice. It's really not going to matter the size because I never measure anything. You're going to put a measure of rice in your favorite cooking bowl or pot. I use a ramekin, but I don't really think it matters. You're going to put in coffee creamer, sugar to taste. You're going to put in cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, and ginger. And again, all to your taste. If you want to leave something out or put something else in because you don't like those flavors, that's okay. The last thing you're going to add is the matcha green tea powder. You can use any brand. It doesn't have to be expensive. And again, that's going to be to your taste. You're going to stir it all up. And then you're going to put exactly 4 parts water into whatever you put the rice in. So whatever you measure the rice in, you're going to put 4 parts of the water in. You're going to stir that all up a little bit, and you're going to cover it with a lid. You're going to have your oven at 350, and you're going to cook this for 1 hour. Now you can cook it a little longer. Well, I wouldn't cook it longer because it's going to be done. But you can cook it for less time if you want to, cook it for less time, if you think you want a little firmer rice. This comes out a nice texture, but you are going to change the texture of rice when you're starting to cook it with stuff like sugars or milk products or green tea powder or something else. You'll notice if you cook a lot of rice, if you cook it just plain in water, it'll come out one texture, but if you add this stuff in while it's cooking, you're going to have a different texture. This is really delicious, and what we actually like to do is put crackers in the bowl, and then you crumble up the crackers and you put that on top. And I know this sounds odd, but I swear it's delicious. And you can mix that in, and it's kind of like this little vaguely Japanese, kind of American Japanese, I guess, treat. And Loki adores it, and Inari does too. It's usually a dish I cook especially for Inari, and since they came by today and they were being especially nice, we made it. But it is also one of Loki's favorite dishes as well. I apologize for you guys that I'm not giving you step-by-step photos again, but the cameras are both kind of like, they're not completely broken, but either the charger doesn't work or the battery doesn't work or something's missing. So I actually took this on the older camera. But we hope you guys enjoyed getting the recipe. I did not want to show it to you because I told Loki I know that rice looks the way it's supposed to because I watch enough of Japanese cooking shows. But I said I'm afraid like American European viewers are going to see, rice shiny that had nothing to do with oil and be like, ew, gross, that looks gross, because the usually American rice is very matte colored and it's very dull. When you get it at the table, if you get it out or something, it's usually a very matte, dull color. It doesn't have this kind of glisten to it. But if you hit the Japanese style, or like for a lot of other countries too, you will get glistening rice. I do not wash the rice before. I like to leave it as it is. You can use any brand rice with this cooking technique, which is nice. So if you can't afford the Japanese rice, which is a little more expensive, you can use good old bulk rice from wherever you get it. When you don't rinse it first, you're going to keep the starch in the rice. So then, if you want to make like cute little rice balls or something, it's a lot easier to work with because it acts kind of like a natural binder. So we hope you guys like this one. I don't know how well it's going to appear to the audience, but Loki was insisting. You do not ever have to make him anything we give you on the channel, but it's a pretty economical dish and we wanted to share with you guys. So if you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye bye.